you really did get out at the right time. Like it's kind of crazy that you were able to see those red flags, because basically everything that you felt came true.
What's going on, you guys? Today we have Emma Vigeland exposing TYT. She's out here, she's telling the truth on Cenk Uygur, the truth on what's going down behind the scenes at TYT. Let's get into it.
I think that like there was a lot of suppression of, I know there was a lot of suppression of that unionization effort. And so even though I wasn't paid that well, I always felt like appreciated. But I was trying really hard to build up a New York operation in New York City, which like they weren't really that interested in. And I wanted to do a show remotely from New York, which they weren't that interested in. They wanted me to move out to LA. My now fiance, we were just boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, had just lived in LA and he didn't want to move back there. And so like it was like, I'm making 5 figures. Should I leave this relationship that I'm really excited about to go move out there, but still do the same thing? And like, I asked Cenk that and he was kind of like, yeah, you should. I'm like, why? No, like you guys want me to do the same thing and be on the road all the time. I'm going to do that from New York. I'm not going to move out there. And you're not really offering me any more pay. And it's a little presumptuous for you to tell me that I shouldn't be in this relationship anymore to go and work out there where like I'm not going to be the main host. I would only at most be a supplemental host. So it just became clear to me that I had to leave. And it wasn't, honestly, it was less the treatment because I did have, and I was really close friends with Anna at this point, or I thought, and other people there like John and some of the and folks behind the scenes, like great people behind the scenes. They're like Cassie and Mary and I mean JR and all these folks I really like there. But it was more just like Sam and I had spoken been speaking for a while. I would be the main co-host here and I would be able to be based in Brooklyn. And and at the end of the day, sorry, I get awkward. I get like nervous talking about some of this stuff because it's not in my wheelhouse. But I noticed that the coverage was becoming a bit more reactionary.
So right here, Emma Vigeland is starting off with the fact that, that Cenk Uygur is, maybe a little bit invasive, not the best with boundaries, as we can see, may be still a good person, a great person, but as far as the boundaries go, that is a little bit of a red flag. Someone who is sort of like, giving their input on your personal life, saying that, oh, the job comes first and everything. And, sort of one of those things to where it can really start to, capitalize and monopolize your energy instead of, and sort of take you in as you lose your identity and you become just this reporter for a job or something. I think that's what Emma Vigeland is sort of getting at, is that's the vibes that was happening as Cenk Uygur as a manager. Let's keep on watching.
Even then, yeah. And I had conversations with someone else who left at the same time, who also was saying, I don't know about the business side of things. They may have overextended themselves in certain areas, and you can probably see why
they have. Yeah,
polymarket sponsorship happens. It was the right decision, and it was a great experience for me in the sense of my gut said, I don't think this is going well for them. There's a lot of expenses here that don't seem to make sense. The main show is becoming more reactionary, and I don't necessarily know if it meets the moment. I'm concerned that they've plateaued or on the decline. And then what does that mean for me? I could leave now and I could work with someone who I really respect and learn from him. And that's what I did. And my gut was right. And it's the best move I've ever made. Best decision I've ever made in my life. And, Sam is, I was saying this to him the other day, but I learned so much from him. And he's just been I don't know if he's ever said no to me about time off or request I've had or anything. He's just very
pushover seater. Let's go. Chill. Everybody apply at the Majority Report FM. It's a soft seat.
So that was long-winded, but There
Oh,
you go.
great answer.
That's my
Yeah.
that's my background.
Wow. I mean, really appreciate the insights into what it was like at the beginning working for the Young Turks. And also, I mean, you really did get out at the right time. Like it's kind of crazy that you were able to see those red flags because basically everything that you felt came true. All of that came true, not just with the finances, but with the reactionary direction of the network. And yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious you made the right choice in retrospect.
So there we have it, you guys. Emma Vigeland is saying, this guy is a little bit all over the place. We have Cenk Uygur, who is, not really in charge of business, does not have his finger on the pulse of the business and how to keep something above water even. It's as far as, having to sort of maybe sell yourself out, not knowing how to do it right. Because if you know how to do it right, then you don't have to sell yourself out. I think as soon as if you're doing something as a passion project, if you're doing something because you really, really love doing it, as soon as you start taking other people, it's like somebody who's a musician and they want to, then they start having to go into the label, then they start having to do exactly what the label tells them. That's how you get compromised if you're not able to sustain yourself, sustain your passion, And I think that Emma Vigeland says that, Silly and Billy, they are even going in there saying, you left at the perfect time. Everything's sort of collapsing around them. They're starting to, fall. It's like a house of cards that's starting to fall. And yeah, it's sad to see the fall of TYT, of Cenk Uygur, everyone involved. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's another day in the progressive way.